Hello and welcome back to the beginner Team Sonic LTS tutorial. Today we'll be going over Power Plant. This is currently the longest stage the category has to offer, but it also has two of the longest auto-scrollers in the category, so don't be too intimidated by its length. Let's go. Right as the stage starts, move a little bit to either side and perform a double rocket accel upon landing. Make sure you're not centered so you don't accidentally do a light dash. Continue along this path and remember that, much like the loops in Grand Metro, these loops also can make you go backwards, so remember to maintain a consistent kicking pattern. After reaching this indoor area, you'll be met with two flappers. The fastest way to destroy them is to glide into the first one as Knuckles and fire dunk the other one. Here's a little bit of a recent discovery. You can get a lot of vertical speed when going up these vertical energy paths. All you need to do is quickly make your way to the wall before the energy appears, thundershoot both your teammates, and do a flight accel right as the energy spawns. The inputs I do are B, A, B. This strat saves less than a second, but you could do it on every single one, so the time save really adds up across all of them. If you did it correctly, you should be able to start a flight in midair to make it up the ledge. If you fall down, just hop on this red Eggman thing and fly up the ledge. Do the same thundershoot strat on this vertical energy path and continue forward. Thundershoot this cage to get the Tails level up that's inside, because we'll need level 2 Tails for later. It's really important that you don't miss it. I like to punch this cage as it sets me up really well for this upcoming light dash cancel. This time you can cancel right to Tails instead of Knuckles to take advantage of Tails' really good airspeed. Coming up, you're going to see the first instance of a flight accel jump. The way to do this trick is to press A 1 or 2 frames before landing from a flight as Tails. The frame window depends on whether or not you're trying to do this trick off an object or just the ground. You might be wondering, what's an object? An object is anything that the player can interact with that's not part of the base stage layout. We're going to perform this trick to skip having to destroy these two flappers, which saves over 2 seconds. I know it's not a huge time save, but even if you don't get this first try, you're still going to save time most of the time. Not to mention that targeting these two flappers is really difficult for some reason. Continue along this path and grab the checkpoint as Tails to get level 2, switch to Knuckles and punch before entering the globe. After landing on the ground, perform a light dash cancel to Tails and jump over the gap. The next fastest alternative is to just jump across the gap as Tails, because trying to kick or rocket accel is slower. After landing on the platform, charge up a double rocket accel and switch to Tails a little bit before getting to this flat area. Jump when you reach the end of the slope, and if you did that correctly, you should have enough height to skip the upcoming section. A common mistake I see people make is not switching to Tails early enough, so make sure to remember that. If you fall down, destroy this green flapper and do a flight accel jump off the cage. Since this cage is considered an object, this also is a 2-frame window instead of 1. And if you have level 2 Tails by this point, which you should, you can one-shot these turtles with a thundershoot if you hit them in the head. And if you thundershoot from a bit further away, the thundershoot won't automatically lock onto the turtle, but you'll have full control of Sonic. If you don't have level 2 Tails by this point, then this turtle should drop you a level up, and it'll be a 50-50 chance of getting level 2 Tails or not. Jump over to this platform and tornado this flapper on the left to quickly hit the pulley. Jump from this platform and light dash this trail of rings from below the rail to instantly get onto it. Switch between Knuckles and Sonic to get to top speed. Land on this next rail, hit the spring as Sonic, and homing attack over to the ramp. I'll now show you two backups in case you fall down. If you land on this platform, light dash one of the two trails of rings, switch between characters once, and then switch directly to Tails and jump. I know the inputs are tight, but you can get it down with enough practice, and it's really beneficial to have backups just in case you fall down. The other backup is for if you miss this rail. This one's a lot easier. Just fire dunk this turtle while being on top of the middle platform so that you're already on it when it starts to rise up. And with that, you've passed what I believe to be this stage's biggest challenge. The first minute is brutal, so it's really easy to lose time on it. You're now rewarded with an auto-scroller. Woo! One thing I see Deku doing here in this auto-scroller is landing in this area so that when the auto-scroller is over, he's right where the exit is. I personally use the balloons as a visual cue, but you could also use the enemy layout or even come up with your own. If you want to be a real gamer, you can do a flight accel jump right at the end of the elevator to save those precious frames and thundershoot the turtle in the head to one-shot it before the elevator's up. After clearing the loop, keep going until you reach this ramp. Roll through one of the 2 speed pads and kick at the end of the ramp. You might want to tap B a couple times to kick, as sometimes your teammates will try to give you a rocket accel and the kick won't come out. Take this pulley and fly over the next spring. Rocket accel and kick your way through these fireballs and thunder shoot these 2 flappers. Do the same trick through this energy path and fly to the upper ledge. Hit this speed pad as tails and jump when you get to this part of the slope. Doing so will give you enough height to skip this section. If you get the timing wrong, there's a really cool backup you can do. Thunder shoot this flapper and buffer a character switch to Sonic. Immediately upon landing, kick, switch to tails, and jump into the rising platform. And if you did that correctly, you will get a bunch of height and look very, very cool in the process. Do a light dash cancel and glide across this gap and glide once more upon landing. Hit these speed pads as tails and jump while you're still on this flat surface. Fly to the rail, fly over this questionably placed pole, and midair kick across the gap to skip this ramp. Much like the last elevator, you want to stay in the same position you used last time. Just follow BigMikey on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube while the elevator rises. You'll probably have enough time. After destroying these 2 flappers, you'll be met with this friendly little globe. It's possible to skip it, saving 2.5 seconds. All you need to do is kick frame perfectly right after hitting the speed pad. It doesn't lose any time to try and go for it, so you might as well do it, and it looks really cool when you get it. Destroy this turtle and perform the same maneuver on this energy path. Time for the final stretch. I've heard a lot of people getting stuck on this when playing the game for the first time, but if you know what you're doing, it's not scary at all. Hit the ramp as tails and fly over to this set of blocks. Chain homing attacks on these flappers and light dash the trail of rings. Make sure you're not holding any direction on the control stick during the light dash, otherwise you'll get a bunch of unnecessary height and lose a bunch of time. Fly up to this booster and take the pulley as tails. Hold down right and thunder shoot your teammates to skip this little section and take the pulley as tails. One little tip I have when landing on this platform is to buffer a character switch to Knuckles, so you won't lose your momentum when your teammates return to the formation. Let go of the pulley, flying to the spring, and thunder shoot the flappers, and then you will have reached the goal ring. So that's Power Plant. Thank you guys so much for watching, and follow twitch.tv/vintage_McNugget. Bye bye.